So as I mentioned in my first video last month, I'm using this book as inspiration to learn a new song by a woman of country music each month, and tell you a little bit about the person as well as sing one of their songs. And the second chapter in this book is about Lil Hardin. Last month I did a Maybelle Carter song, and you can find that on the YouTube link if you want to hear that again. This month I'm gonna have Ben, my husband, sit in and play guitar for me, because this song was a little more of a challenge for me than last month's song. But first I want to tell you a bit about this artist. Her name's Lil Hardin, and I was unfamiliar with Lil until I read this book. The chapter was written by Alice Randall, who's a writer, songwriter based here in Nashville, Tennessee. And the first paragraph of this chapter says, Lil Hardin is an invisible woman, an invisible black gal at the beginning of the history of recorded country music, changing everything that came after. Lil Hardin is the piano player on Jimmie Rogers' Blue Yodel No. 9. And then she goes on to talk a little bit more about Lil. Lil was Louis Armstrong's second wife, but also played a pivotal role in his career. And what Alice Randall, one of the things she learned from Lil is moving here as a black woman into the country music world. And here she writes, Daddy declared that Lil Hardin Armstrong wrote every lick of Just for a Thrill, and some peckerwood put his name up there with hers. To prove his point, my father dug out a copy of an earlier recording of Just for a Thrill that my Aunt Mary Frances owned. That 1937 Decca recording of the very same song had only Lil's name on it. The song was made famous pretty much by Ray Charles, but has been recorded by any number of people. I tried to do a version similar to Lil Hardin's original recording of it, which you can look up on YouTube as well and find. And then the last thing I'm gonna read about Lil is Lil Hardin played piano, Hardin read music, Hardin wrote hit songs, Hardin sang, Hardin was a band leader, and Lil Hardin Armstrong was the most significant manager Louis Armstrong ever had, the one who changed the way he dressed, his position in the band, his understanding of his place in the horn pantheon. These were the accomplishments that got her into the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. So here is Ben Blankenship and myself, Carol Jane, performing Lil Hardin's Just for a Thrill. Just for a thrill, you turn the sunshine into rain. Baby, for a thrill, you gave my heart nothing but pain. To me you were my pride and joy, but to you I was only a toy, a plaything, just to toss around at will. Just for a thrill, you know that you did me wrong. Just for a thrill, you made my life just one sad song. But now you're free and you're having fun, but to me you're still the only one. Just for a thrill, you made my heart stand still.